Heavy carries are hands down one of the best things you can do for a strong, resilient back. There's a reason coaches talk about them all the time. They build monster grip, a rock solid core, and the kind of real world strength that saves you whether you're deadlifting or just hauling groceries. But, and it's a big but, there's a dark side to this amazing exercise. If you're making one of these 3 common mistakes, you might be turning a back builder into a back breaker. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those mistakes are and how to fix your form. We're going to turn your carry from a liability into the biggest strength building asset. Before we get into these mistakes, you need to understand why this movement is so damn special. The loaded carry is what we call a self-limiting exercise. That's just a fancy way of saying it has a beautiful built-in safety switch. You can only really do it with good form. The second your posture crumbles or your grip quits, the set is over. It's an honest exercise and doesn't let you cheat. Done right, it bulletproofs your body. Done wrong, it's going to hammer in the bad habits that lead to chronic pain and serious injury. So let's make sure you're doing it right. The first and by far the most common mistake I see is the turtle shell. This is when your posture just completely gives up under the weight. Your shoulders slump forward and creep up towards your ears, your upper back gets all rounded, and your head shoots forward to balance everything out. And instead of looking proud and tall, you look like you're trying to come out from your responsibilities and also the weight. This is a complete disaster for your spine. When you round your back like this, you're no longer using your strong postural muscles like your lats or rhomboids, all the good stuff. Instead, you're just hanging all the weight off your spinal ligaments and discs, which, spoiler, they really don't like doing that. The forward hunch dramatically cranks up the shear forces on your low back. Think of your spine as a stack of Jenga blocks. When you're standing tall, the weight is distributed perfectly down the column. But when you turtle up, you're trying to hold that weight while the blocks are tilted and about to topple. And that's how you end up with a strain, a sprain, or worse, a herniated disc. It usually creeps up as you're getting tired. You start off strong, but 10 steps in, then burn hits, and you start to fold. You think you're just being tough, but what you're really doing is grind away at your spine with every single step. The fix for the turtle shell has 2 parts. You set your posture before you walk, and you lock it in with an ironclad core. Before you even think about lifting the weight, stand tall. Imagine a string is pulling from the top of your head straight to the ceiling. Now pull your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back, and then pull them down away from the ears. Feel those muscles in your armpits and between your shoulder blades light up. Good. They're supposed to be working. This is called packing the shoulders, and it creates a stable shell for your upper body. You should feel like you're actively pushing the weights toward the floor, not letting them pull you down. Next thing you need to do, and this is totally non-negotiable, is you have to brace that core. And I don't mean just sucking in your stomach. Take a big breath and exhale hard while tightening your abs, obliques, and low back like you've been taught to take a punch to the stomach. Your whole midsection should feel like a rigid steel can. This brace is what keeps your low back from turning into a wet noodle. Now, holding all that in tension, deadlifts the weight ups correctly with your legs. As you walk, your only job is to not lose that posture. Look straight ahead, not at the floor, and the second you feel your shoulders roll forward or your core gets soft, this set is over. Seriously, put the weight down safely, reset, go again. This is about quality, not just moving the weight. The second major screw-up is called the leaning tower. This one is super obvious during a one-handed suitcase carry, but it also happens in two-handed farmer's walks when you get tired and one starts to give. It's exactly what it sounds like. You lean your whole torso away from the weight to try and balance it. If the weight is in your right hand, you'll see this big, ugly lean to the left. It might feel easier, but you're not only missing the entire point of the exercise, you're putting your spine in a really sketchy position. The whole purpose of a single arm carry is to train the anti-lateral flexion. It's about your body resisting the weight's attempt to pull you sideways. Your obliques and deep low back muscle called the QL on the opposite side of the weight should be screaming to keep you upright. When you lean away, you turn all those muscles off. It's a biomechanical fact that a single-sided load puts way more funky compressive force on your low back than a balanced two-sided load. So by leaning, you're getting zero core workout and creating a dangerous imbalance that leads to that nagging one-sided low back pain. Sound familiar? So the fix here is simple to understand, but a beast to actually execute. You have to fight that urge to lean. Your goal is to walk so straight that someone watching wouldn't even know you're carrying weight. The main cue is to stay tall. There's the string on your head again, pulling you up. Now focus on keeping it on your shoulders perfectly level. Don't let the weighted shoulders sag. A great mental trick is to think about actively pulling the handle up with your lat muscle. While on the other side, you imagine reaching your free hand down toward the floor. This helps square you up and turn off your right muscles. Your core brace is everything here. Keep those abs tight. The muscles should feel on fire. Are the obliques on the right side opposite the weight? They are working like crazy to stop you from collapsing. You should also feel the glute of your standing leg firing with every single step. Walk with slow, controlled steps. If you find it impossible to stay upright, the weight is too damn heavy. There's no ego here. Lower the weight until you can walk with perfectly vertical torso. This isn't about just moving the weight from A to B, it's a moving demo of your core stability. Master it and you'll be bulletproof. The final mistake is called the rushed shuffle. This is what happens when your brain checks out and your survival instincts take over. Your steps get short and choppy. You start to kind of bounce or jog just to keep in line. The grip is burning, the traps are on fire, and you just want it to be over. But speed is the enemy of a good carry. When you rush, you start using momentum and not muscle. The weights swing and wobble, sending shockwaves up your arms and straight into your spine. Every bouncy step is like a little jackhammer on your joints. Think about it. Jogging without weight is already high impact. Now imagine doing that with heavy dumbbells yanking on your skeleton. Worse, you're robbing yourself of the main benefit, which is time under tension. The real magic of the carry comes from sustained, controlled effort. A slow 30-second walk is infinitely better than a chaotic 15-second shuffle. Even if you cover the same distance, you're trading all the muscle-building benefits for what? Finishing 5 seconds faster? That's a terrible deal. The fix is to think of it as a loaded walk and not a loaded run. The quality of your walk matters just as much as your posture. You have to walk with purpose. The cue is to take short, smooth steps. Think about walking a straight line in a sobriety test, placing your heel down first and rolling smooth through the toe. This keeps your base stable and stops the weights from bouncing. Imagine you're balancing a book on your head. Your upper body should just glide forward smoothly. All the hard work is happening in your core and hips to keep you stable. You control the weight doesn't control you. Your arms are straight, but your lats are engaged to stop any side-to-side wobble. Grip the handle hard with your whole hand. Practice with a lighter weight and focus only on short, slow, rhythmic pacing. Aim for time, 30 to 40 seconds instead of distance. This forces you to slow down. As you get stronger, you can add weight or time, but the pace stays deliberate and controlled. Remember, we're building resilience here, not just showing off. The walk is the work. All right, let's wrap this up. Those are your 3 carry mistakes that are killing your gains and putting your back on a fast track to injury. Fix them. First, for the turtle shell, pack your shoulders back and down and brace your core before you even lift. Stay tall. Second, for the leaning tower, fight the lean. Keep your shoulders level and use your core to stay perfectly upright. If you're leaning, the weight is too heavy, period. And third, the rush shuffle. Slow the hell down. Walk with smooth, deliberate heel-to-toe steps. Focus on control and time and not speed. Fix these 3 things and you'll be completely changing the game. You'll protect your spine and finally get all the strength, posture, and core benefits this incredible exercise has to offer. Now be honest. Drop a comment below and tell me which one of these are you guilty of. Don't be shy. We've all been there. And if you want to stop guessing in the gym and start building real functional strength that actually lasts, do yourself a favor and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. I've got a whole playlist of other foundational movements you need to master right here. Thanks for watching. Now go put this to work.